We like ladder plays here, so you best believe we've got a couple of them for this weekend. So buckle up, sit back. These are your NFL player props for week 7. Let's go. Hey, Dave Lochran here on Twitter at Lafay_D. And as always, take a single second, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content, and let me know in the comments your favorite plays for this week. You tailing any of these, fading any of these, doesn't matter to me. Either way, help feed the algorithm. And of course, if you ever want to join me over on Tails, I talk ladder plays. The last 3 primetime slates, we have hit all 3 of our ladder plays, even including the Audric estimate 25 plus rushing yards on Thursday night. We're going to see if we can keep it rolling on Sunday. If you ever want to jump in, NFL24 is the promo code. Link in the description, pin comment, get you 50% off your first week or month, which means your first week's less than $5. Your first month is less than $15. Awesome community over there. And when you download the app, you can come in the Discord, get the community and all the picks there, but also the Odd Shopper Tails app. Put on notifications. Everything comes straight to your phone the moment I submit a bet. Say what's up in the Discord. Come join us. Let's talk some football. All right, so we'll kick it off with a standard, simple one, and then we'll work our way into some more madness as the video goes on. But let's start with Jordan Addison, over 47.5 receiving yards on FanDuel, -113. Why? Because Pinnacle and every other book has this at 52.5 right now. FanDuel's well below the market in this spot, and with Addison, all it takes is a couple receptions to crush this number. It's funny, too, because he's only played 3 games this year, but in those 3 games, he has 6 deep targets, so attempts of 20-plus yards downfield or targets. Jefferson has 7. He's always going to be second fiddle to Jefferson. There's no doubt. We know that. But the fact that Detroit's missing their best pass rusher, probably the league's best pass rusher, seriously, in Aiden Hutchinson, that's going to open up some real opportunities for this passing game in Minnesota. And look, I'm not denying Detroit's pass defense has improved dramatically for year over year from last year to this year. No doubt about it, but they're still excellent at stopping the run. And teams may look, specifically Minnesota in this case, to pass the ball early and often because Detroit can stop the run. And if you're not getting that pressure, Minnesota also has a pretty good offensive line. It's going to open things up, right? Like Detroit's coverage has been good, but it helps when Aiden Hutchinson leads the league in sacks, pressures, quarterback hits, and hurries. And he's played 1 less game than most other pass rushers because Detroit already had a bye. So yeah, Justin Jefferson still rules the roost in Minnesota, but Addison's the clear number 2. And even if Hockenson returns, he's going to be limited. There's no way they work him into a full workload that early. It's just no way. 51.5 point total in this game. Detroit being great at stuffing the run, not to mention Aaron Jones likely not being at 100%, getting in limited practices all week. Addison should definitely see his chances. Grab it on FanDuel, though. You're getting literally 5 yards lower than every other book, 47.5. All right, let's have some fun. J.K. Dobbins, over 71.5 rushing yards. Laddered up to 100 at plus 320. We got to do it this week. Look, Gus Edwards is on the IR. Vidal is a rookie, and between Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman, this team just wants to run the football. That's all they want to do, and that's what they should want to do, especially because Justin Herbert just hasn't been healthy all season. Then factor in that the Chargers defense is allowing a league-low 13.2 points per game to opponents. Marvin Harrison Jr. is likely out. From what we've seen, it seems unlikely that he's going to play with a concussion, and the Chargers are 2.5-point favorites in this game. For a guy who can't handle a full workload, as so many people said, J.K. Dobbins had 25 carries last week in Denver and appeared no worse for wear after the fact. Also, he's had 2 bad games, 2 rough games this season. One of them was against Kansas City, one of the league's preeminent run defenses, where you had Justin Herbert play even though we knew he wasn't even close to 50%, and then Taylor Heineke comes in. That might have been the Pittsburgh game, but my point remains exactly the same. Like, you had some combination of a completely banged up Herbert and Taylor Heineke in those Pittsburgh and Kansas City games, and no surprise, J.K. Dobbins struggled. But in the other 3 games, 96 yards on 25 carries against a good Denver run defense, and then 130-plus yards in back-to-back games to start the season on 10 and 17 carries in those first 2 games. There's something here, man. He's averaging 5.7 yards per attempt. The guy's always been efficient, even dating back to his time with Baltimore, amidst all of the injuries. He's in a run-first offense against the Cardinals team that's allowed now the 2nd most rushing yards to opposing running backs in all of football and appears to only be getting worse week over week. This seems like a good spot to hammer for Dobbins. Sprinkle a little bit on that 100+ at plus 320 over on DraftKings. All right, now we get real wild. DK Metcalf 6+ receptions, plus 145 on Bet365. That's not the crazy part. We're laddering this bitch up to 8 at plus 525. If you're going to do it, has to be on Bet365. Two reasons. One, a lot of books aren't even offering these alt reception props. Two, the ones that aren't close to as good of odds. Like I don't want to touch these if I'm getting, plus 350 on 8 receptions for Metcalf. And if you're not on Bet365 yet, see that on the screen, all those states? Well, you're in luck. You're getting $200 in bonus bets for signing up, depositing 10, and betting 5. I threw the link down there, again, in the description in the pinned comment. Just sign up. It takes a minute to instantly verify yourself. Place a bet on whatever you want, even if it's a live in-game drive. The moment it settles, boom, $200 in bonus bets. Plus, every Thursday night, they're giving you $10 in bonus bets per every touchdown scored, which means that now I think we've made $200+ over the last 3 or 4 Thursday night football games just by taking advantage of this promo. So get on there, take advantage of the promo, use the link in the description, but more than anything, get in on this DK Metcalf spot, and here's why. It's a fun one. And in all likelihood, it doesn't hit because it's, plus 525. But Metcalf, 6 receptions, laddered up to 8 at plus 525 on Bet365 against the Falcons team that's allowing a league-high 75% completion percentage to opposing wide receivers. 75%. They're great at preventing yards after the catch. They're fifth best, in yards per attempt for opposing quarterbacks. But the way they play defense is extremely conducive to Geno Smith's style of play when it comes to an efficiency metric. At least from accuracy and completion standpoint, this suits him perfectly. So get this. On the season, Smith has the 8th worst passer rating and most interceptions when under pressure. Most interceptions. In a clean pocket, though, he has the 4th highest completion percentage, 2nd most passing yards, most completions, and no interceptions. And Atlanta allows 75% completions to wide receivers, 73% completions to opposing quarterbacks. They're dead last in the NFL with 5 sacks and have one of the lowest pressure rates in football. That's crazy. For a guy who's been pressured a lot, this helps. Meanwhile, the Seahawks have the highest pass play percentage of any team in football, and Metcalf is 5th among all wide receivers and targets with 54. Crazy, right? The Falcons also play zone defense at one of the highest clips in the league, 5th, I believe. And it's an area where Metcalf has dominated this season. So why not look to get him the ball? I love it. I love it. If he finishes with 0, whatever. But we know that the matchup is perfect for him and perfect for Geno Smith, and that's all we can do. At the end of the day, that's all we can do. Also, I'd be looking at Geno Smith over 24.5 completions. Best odds are on ESPN Bet at even money. That's pretty nice. He's gone over this number in 5 straight games. They passed a shit ton, and this guy has a great completion percentage. And no team allows a higher completion percentage to quarterbacks than the Falcons. And only 7 quarterbacks have a higher completion percentage than Geno Smith on the season. So let's make it happen. Hey, have a great rest of the week. We'll see you back here next week for Week 8 edition of Props. And if you want to join me over there on Tails and in the Discord, remember, NFL 24, 50% off the first week or the month. And we'll keep crushing. Peace.